Welcome to Mitten Music.
Season 4, Raw, Live, and Authentic. Episode 31 with Cabildo, West Michigan's Latin alternative rock band.
Well, Jeff, we have a lively bunch tonight, my friend.
Yes, we do. This is almost the full band. This is going to be...
And this is we got 6 guys there.
Yeah.
We got 6 guys there. It's not even the full band. We were just saying, when's the last time we had a full band? You know, a lot of times, especially on remote, it's, we get a few people, a couple people, maybe it's one person. We got the whole enchilada tonight.
So we got Cabildo. We got Cabildo here on the show. So thanks, guys, for joining.
Hey, thanks so much for having us.
Yeah. Fair warning for any of our listeners. You might hear the name of the band pronounced different ways, and it's okay. They said it's okay.
Don't panic.
It's okay as long as you don't say it the wrong way.
As long as you don't say it the wrong way. You're right.
And
yeah, guys, how the heck are you?
There's only one way to say it wrong, and we're not going to tell you what that is.
Not yet.
Oh, so how are you guys doing? I mean, you're having a good time tonight, but things are going. You're busy. You're busy, I hear.
Yeah, we did 20 shows in June and July. I mean, that's festival work. That's community music series. On occasion, our own sort of showcase shows, but we get asked to do a lot of community shows. So summertime is Cabildo time, as I think John Sinkovich said of us once. So
great, that's awesome.
Paul is looking pretty strong too. So we've got 2 more requests for shows today. We've got a bunch of shows coming up as well.
Yeah, cool. And for people who don't know who you are, what kind of music you guys play, I mean, you guys talk about alternative Latin rock. Is that how you would explain it? And what's that mean? So.
Yeah, I guess I'm on the spot now. My name is Julio, and I'm one of the Julio band. There are 2 of us, and the other guy is our guitar player. He couldn't be here today, but for us is there is half of the band who is of Latin American origin. We say that there is a thing that unites us all in this band, and it's our love for Latin American music and the Spanish language, right? And growing up, we grew up listening music that we chose and music that we didn't choose. So the music that we chose, I mean, for Jonathan growing outside of the U.S. and Julio, and for me, and other past members of the band was rock, right? So we grew up listening rock. Julio, our guitar player, grew up listening and admiring Metallica, and some of that influence you can still hear it in his guitar playing, right?
Right.
And right, and at the same time, his dad was a luthier and a musician in Veracruz, Mexico.
Cool.
Then building his own guitars and his own arps in a town that everybody's a musician, and they export musicians throughout the country. In fact, his nephew now plays for one of the biggest mariachis in the U.S. in Chicago. Yeah.
Whoa.
And, so it's coming to a point for us who grew up outside of the U.S. and being old enough to realize that the music that we didn't choose to listen is still with us, right? It's the music of our parents, the music that we heard and when we on our way to school and the radio, when the music that it was everywhere, right? And some of the music, by the way, we hate it, and now we play it.
Yeah.
Right. So we sort of like grew up rejecting a lot of the boleros and cumbias because we were too tough and we thought that we were too cool for it. And then growing up, kind of like realizing that it was imprinted in us. and we couldn't escape of it, and that blend comes from it, right? But at the same time, we had the wonderful um, opportunity to meet our friends here in the U.S. and they have their own love for Latin music, right? So for us, in a way, that's the origin of our name. The idea that Cabildo, from my interpretation, comes. It's a word that is still used in Latin America today. So it is used in different places where people are gathering, either to
Like a
make
meeting
decisions.
hall or something, right?
Right.
That's
That's
I
the,
would
the
like a meeting
common
hall. Yeah, a gathering place. That's what
a
I
gathering
was
place.
when I was
Yeah,
looking.
yeah.
Huh.
Recently in Chile, for example, there was a sort of like a social revolution that took place about 5 years ago, and well, everybody was like excited to like rethink about a new country. At the moment, the word Cabildo became popular, so people would gather around and say, let's put Cabildo together around the idea of how do we think about art in the future, or how do we think about politics, or how do we think about economics, and all that kind of stuff. So that gatherings place, that we're still used today in that format, right? Yeah. So for us, it was coined by a former member, Hugo Clauden, who is also a renowned Latin artist here in Grand Rapids. He played drum sets for about a while with us, and he was the one who coined the term for the band. I mean, the name for the band. And again, I think he was good at. He's actually super good at branding art and stuff like that. Yeah. So he gave us a name, and we graciously, and accepted it from that gift he gave us. Because again, we feel like we come here, we play, we bring music. Some of us compose, some of us bring music, and then everybody's bringing their own experience and their own arrangements into the composition, right? Yeah. And so we feel like we are honoring the word by coming and collectively creating different pieces of music. At this moment, after I don't know how many years of playing,
20.
Wow.
We only play our music at this point. We don't do covers. We have a couple of covers that we really love, and we still continue playing some of those. But most of our music right now is our composition. Right?
Wow, you painted a very good picture of that. Was great. I have a whole more higher sense of what you guys are about. That was great, Julio. Thanks for explaining. That was awesome. That's cool. I dig it.
He writes the lyrics if you can't tell.
What's that? Say that one more time.
He writes the lyrics if you can't tell. He's the vocalist.
Great. I love it. That's cool. So you kind of described different areas of how you guys came about, but I'm assuming you're all here in West Michigan. Are you all live around West Michigan somewhere? Maybe not in Grand Rapids, but around. So how did you guys all kind of connect up and hook up? It's been a long time coming, I'm assuming. So maybe things have come and gone. You've had some past members. But yeah, how are some of the connections that you guys have? Maybe there's too many to even talk about, but tell me a little bit about that.
From the original formation, I think is Josh and I.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've always been a big band. We have a joke in our history we like to bring up sometimes. We used to be called at one point the Latin Love. What was it? Electric Latin Love Orchestra.
The Electric Love Orchestra.
Electric Latin Love Orchestra.
Yeah.
Electric Latin Love.
Yeah,
that's great.
And I guess it was a period of our time where we were trying to look for our identity, and we didn't care much about what name we had.
Yeah.
And some people hated us for that name. Yeah. And then we started maturing. And go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, and so Julio and Hugo and some other people were that band, and they came to one of my hand drumming classes when I first moved to Grand Rapids, and they asked me to come join the band so that Hugo could play drum kit and I would be percussion, and that was 2004. other people in the band, we taught in a way. One of the things that Julio and I have done together is we started a youth batucada, a Brazilian samba parade style ensemble. And Dustin was just out of high school at that time.
2007. I wasn't allowed in that, but eventually I became part of everything.
Yeah.
But I was like, they both trained me one way or another.
You.
No, we're not using that word. So I started doing like playing congas and hand percussion with Josh, and while that all happened, the opportunity came up. It's like, hey man, you want to come fill in for us with the band? We need you to fill in for this show. I was like, yeah, absolutely, I'd love to. Let's do it. I did that, and then it was like, all right, well, complications happened. Do you want to be the drummer now? I was like, yeah.
Wow.
But like that, so like 2007, I'm in high school. That's when I graduated, and eventually I became part of the band because they were like, oh, well, we trained you. We gave you this much training.
We're kind of stuck with you now.
I think it was 2010. It was like it was a New Year's show at Founders. That was my first show with Hirocho too.
Yeah. Founders when they used to have late night shows.
It was actually they just unveiled the new stage there. It was the first time.
Was the first show.
Yeah.
We were the first show.
At the new, I was the first drum set on there, so that's my claim to fame.
Awesome. Was Nicholas James Thomasma the host back then? All the way back then, you know, he used to host a lot of the Founders shows that went on.
It was, believe it or not, pre-Nick. It was pre-Nick.
Oh, so he didn't start till later into it then. Yeah, if you were at the first show, you would have. Yeah, you would have known. Interesting. Dang. That was a cool stage. That was a cool place to see a show.
Yeah, I love Nick Thomasma and the way that he promotes Michigan music. So
yeah, I'm wearing one of his shirts right now. The Michigan Music Alliance.
Nice.
Yeah. Nathan or
hey, I don't know that we properly introduced everybody, so I feel like we need to go around and just quickly talk about who you are and what you do in the band, or maybe what have you done if you've switched roles or any of that stuff. So
yeah,
sure. I'm Nate. I came into the band covering trumpet lines on viola, but I had a background in piano and Latin piano, and so I shifted into doing more of that in the band too. But I'm Nate.
What year was it?
I don't know actually. So I met Josh, asked him for the Wi-Fi password when he was working at Madcap Coffee in 2011.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, exactly. And then, it was probably maybe a year later or something that I joined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nate, I'm just going to say this on Nate because Nate won't brag on himself. Nate is one of those musicians who could step onto any stage and be playing almost any song around. When we played a show with the Crane Wives asked him to step up and play viola on a song that he'd never heard before. No problem. He's one of those types of musicians, and he helps us a lot with our compositions. And he does he really holds down the music for us when we need a little extra help.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Next we got Dustin.
Yeah.
Oh no, we kind of talked about Dustin. Yeah. Okay. Next we got Jonathan.
I hit things and I drink things. That's my part.
All right, then I'm Jonathan. I play bass with these guys. I pretty much met these guys in 2008.
Yeah.
I'm coming from another Hispanic band in town. That's pretty much how I met these guys. And then they opened up a position in the band was bass, and I was like, "You want to try for it?" I was like, "Okay." That was like 2000, like 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago.
It was before the pandemic, right?
It was pre-pandemic.
Oh yeah.
2019 maybe.
And even before that, like you were coming on and playing like we were playing.
Yeah.
Like this has been my friend.
Actually, yeah. So I started playing with this guy in 2011 when I was doing backup vocals and some percussion,
Hmm.
and yep. And then play a couple shows with these guys, and then went back to my old band, and then I was doing my own thing, and that's why Bastion joined my rock band, and then he asked me to play bass for Cabildo, and that's how I ended up in Cabildo, pretty much.
Cool. All goes around.
Yep.
And then there is one Julio missing, but we have the other Julio here.
Yeah.
There's two J in this band. There's two J's for every J. Two Joshes, two Julios. Used to be two Jonathans.
Yeah, used to be Jonathan.
We oftentimes call him Justin. He used to look like Justin Bieber.
I used to be pretty.
Just change the name to the Triple J's, I think. Yeah. Julio, what do you play?
I do the most of the lead voices. I said most of them because Julio, the other Julio. So I'm Chilean Julio. The other one is Mexican Julio. Yeah. And,
Okay.
So both of us like take turns sometimes with the lyrics, with the leads voices. Sorry. And Mexican Julio plays electric guitar. I play rhythm guitar, nylon string. I studied classical guitar when I was a little kid. And then I play folk string instruments from Latin America. This one particularly is called charango, so I play that one as well. And that, yeah.
Nice. I'm Michael, and I play violin in the band. I guess I was brought on in a similar way to Justin here, in that like we were playing a show and Nate, our wonderful viola player, wasn't going to be able to make it, and I was in another band at the time, and I had a weekend off, and I was like, what do I do with myself? I don't know what to do. I'm going to go see a band instead of, play a show in a band. So I went out and I saw these guys just randomly playing a show. I'm like, oh my gosh, we've got this amazing Latin band here in Grand Rapids. So I liked them on Facebook, and Julio recognized me, and I played violin, and like asked me, hey, do you want to sit in with us for a show? And like I'm not Latin at all, but my uncle's from Peru, and so I had like some exposure to the music, and like definitely appreciate it. And so yeah, I jumped at the opportunity to like sit in, and I'm like, well, actually, we've got this other gig too. And then I just kind of Nate came back, and we meshed together really well with basically forming a string section. So yeah, I kind of replaced a trumpet, and I've tried to start learning, but yeah, definitely sticking to violin for right now. But maybe someday.
Unlike me, what
Fair
do
enough.
you have going on?
What do I have going on?
New kid?
Well, yeah, not yet. But I'm also working on a project with my wife that's called Having a Kid. So.
Project with my wife. I love it. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
Wait, Mikey, tell them what was the name of the band that you were playing with? Just tell what was the name of the band?
When I joined,
Yeah.
I think it was just the Waxies at that point, which was like a Irish rock band. I was also in Bigfoot Buffalo with Kyle Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then just kind of like
Wow.
for hire a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
you Irish to Spanish. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like it. I dig it. I dig it.
My family came from Ukraine. I was born here in the U.S., but grew up just listening to like a ton of Ukrainian folk music all the time. Whenever we had the radio on or the car driving. So that was just like, my bread and butter growing up that I kind of had in my ear. And so I always wanted to kind of play like folk music with that. Growing up, there weren't a lot of other like Ukrainian Americans. So I ended up kind of like playing folk rock with like, my friends and doing open mic nights and that sort of thing. And folk rock turned into Irish rock, which turned into like bluegrass, Americana. So like I just kind of like
My God.
wear a bunch of hats and pretend to be, from somewhere else a lot.
You're so well versed. That's awesome.
Yeah, and you have also brought some of that into the band, right?
I try to. I try to make every band I'm in like a Eastern European gypsy band, just slowly.
Feel that way a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
He helps us retain our Gogol Bordello chops. You know, I'm Josh.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm the percussionist and the wrangler might be a word that we might use. It's usually up to me to make sure that we are where we say we're going to be and do what we say we're going to do. Is what I'd say.
Do you do some of the booking then?
So I do probably 75% of the booking. Dustin's been doing a lot of booking lately. People will. So I want to. This is one of the things about this band and why we've been together for 20 plus years. Why we're playing so many shows is due to who we are. We're exotic, but also kind of accessible. We don't have to do much reaching out to get booked. The gigs that we have are people contacting us and asking us to play shows, and that's all the booking that I have to do. So it's my job.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel lucky. I feel I just feel really lucky that's the nature of our work, and my job is just to handle making sure that we show up.
And is that, you think that's just been the case because early on is the band, maybe not so much that, but now because you've been established, you've played a lot of these places and just, like you said, they're unique and people like what, the audience gravitates to you guys. Is that why you think?
Yeah, in some ways. I mean, I sort of hinted at it. We are our lyrics are in Spanish. Like if you don't speak Spanish, we sort of got to tell you what the songs are about. So there's a bit of a challenge for us in reaching out to new communities. The music sort of also speaks for itself in that it's pretty accessible. We do music. There's blues in there. There's rock in there. So the forms are pretty familiar to a lot of people. All that to say that I think a lot of it is that after we did the initial gigs over the first 10 years or so, that we had enough of a reputation that we would put together an exciting show, and that if people wanted to have engaging shows, that they could reach out to us and have us come to a gig.
So you weren't in a rush for anything, so time was on your side, and you just slowly built up that reputation that just kind of carried you as far as long as you want to go, really.
Yeah. In a lot of ways.
Cool.
Also, we got to grow together. It gave us an opportunity. We were never really necessarily. We did make some runs of doing some regional touring. We made some inroads that way. And then about the same time where we had gotten to that point, we also all started getting married and having children. Some are really later. And some never.
It's all good.
But it kind of just made it where we didn't necessarily do that thing that a lot of bands do, is really going out there and trying to make a name in such a way where we would gain more fame or notoriety or whatever it is that people are reaching for in bands. We never really went that way with our work.
And still, you played 20 shows in the last month or so, right? That is just bonkers.
Yeah, it's the way.
No, it is fun to walk with my kids and into a store or in any public place, and all of a sudden people stop me and say, "Are you the guy from Cabildo?" And my kids are like, "Oh, people know who you are." and messing with my kids, I was like, "Oh, I'm a local celebrity."
Yeah, right. Hey, man, you've been doing it this long. You're putting a lot of smiling faces out there. You're over time, people are going to start recognizing you for sure. Right. So, what do you guys got? Do you got any new music? Let me see. Let's start this way. Do you have any new music in the works right now? Are you recording anything, or is that an ongoing thing?
The short answer is yes. There's some music that we've been working on for a long time.
What's your definition of new?
What's your definition of working on?
New to me. Is it published out to everybody, to the masses to enjoy.
When did COVID happen?
We've had an
Oh
album
man,
release.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you look at, you've obviously looked at our thank you for looking and listening to our music, by the way. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
If you look at the timeline we've told you so far, and when that album came out, you might notice that that's a pretty substantial gap from when we started playing music to our first album. This and second album was only about 4 or 5 years later. I think we're going for a new record on our new album. So we were looking for it to make it like maybe another 10 years. We have about 4 or 5 songs that we're looking to put out within the next month or so.
Okay.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah,
good.
And
That is awesome.
Specifically
to perform.
like we're writing or like working out more songs to play live. I think there's a good chunk of music that we haven't recorded too.
I think we've got an album or two worth of
Yeah, but
that we had slot out, but
Yeah.
it's difficult to get us all here in a room at the same time. It's to do a whole album is. I think one thing that isn't mentioned is that we're a big band. We've got a lot of people. Like it's a lot of parts. It's a lot of instrument parts and like stuff going on. So recording that 1 or 2 people at a time. To do 2 or 3 takes of each, and then edit. And like it's a big undertaking. So it takes us a little bit.
And I guess the incentive, is not there because mostly we make some of the money that we make it through live shows, right? We're not very organized selling the CDs. I've been in bands that their sole thing was like sell CDs and make money selling CDs and stuff like that, right? But it kind of like is a sort of a project of love in a way. In this case, Michael was the producer of the last few songs. He decided that he wanted to be the guy who was going to take us to
the driving
take
force.
us to the other place. So he organized the audio sessions with the engineer. He made personal trades, in his time and with the people who actually helped us, make it happen. And we thank you for that.
I just like some of the songs so much. I'm like, I want to preserve this and
capture it. Yeah.
Gonna make it to the shows, and it's
heck yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
well, you need to be able to pass it down.
Yeah, exactly. Being able to share with more people, but it is, it takes money and time to do it, and it's we're not as organized with selling the CDs, so it's not a big money maker for us. So the incentive is really wanting to share something,
right?
And it is cool to be able to see oh wow, my family in South America is able to hear us play these songs finally.
Right.
It is a process with
but
many of us.
It just tells me that you guys are a live band. That your priority is playing live, and that's what you love doing and recording this stuff. It's I mean, you did record some, good job, but that's just not the love of the passion, the priority. It's the live stuff.
Yeah,
it's the creating the music and sharing that. Yeah,
it is a live thing, and it is the opportunity to be creative, I guess. Because our guitar player plays in other bands where they do covers and he makes way more money with other bands rather than with us. Playing music that Latin people, particularly Latin people in the area, would like more, and they make money. He makes money doing that kind of stuff, but this is his space to be creative, no? So when somebody brings a cover, with the idea of a cover, he gets super upset about doing a cover of any kind, because for him it's the opportunity to make all the music that I wanted to make for years and years and years. He has a big chest of all songs that he's been working for years and he wants to put together, and that's what we've been. I guess those are the two drivers, for creative.
So what I also hear is that maybe maybe the live part and the creativity it's also the connection with the people, right? Because you're playing in front of, when you're live, you're connecting. When you can record something and put it out, but you're not necessarily, you don't know who's listening to it or connecting with them. But your live shows, you can have that connection.
Yeah,
Is
no, I
that
think
a
that's
true
a huge
statement?
part. Yeah, and as the live music, I can see, I don't know if it happens to you guys, but I can see the surprise of people in their faces when they hear us first.
Yeah.
Because they have an idea of what Latin music is, right? And, to be candid, we are not anything new necessarily, right? There's nothing new under the sun, right? but, but in this region particularly, this kind of music that we play is particularly popular, right? Perhaps there are bands in Chicago where this kind of a movement is more easier or you can see it often. But I would say that the type of music that we play has a pretty particular identity, right? So again, the pleasure of seeing somebody listening to us for the first time and breaking that stereotype about who we are, what Latin music is for that matter, or who we are. Yeah, that's a big pleasure. The other thing for me is I guess the political decision of singing in Spanish. Not, and I would say this. I feel like I could sing in English, but politically we have decided to do it this way, no. And that has another consequence. The other consequence is creating sort of a more intimate relationship with a specific type of people that has a love for the language, and maybe it's not totally like bilingual or completely skilled in the Spanish language, but they can tell there is something going on in the lyrics. Somebody once told me, I know your music is not just it's not about butts and tits.
They feel the emotion of the lyrics.
No, right.
We've done plenty of shows where it's like we played for rockers. Like there's people in studded vests, like long haired, and they're sitting there in the middle of the crowd. And we played a show at Rockies long time ago. I still remember this, but it's like we're playing all the stuffs in Spanish. We do like translate it afterwards, but we're playing these shows and these guys just feel the emotion of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And like they're head banging, long haired metalhead, studded vest. He's in the middle of the crowd just head banging. And he's like, he doesn't know what the words are about. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't know what the words are about.
He just loved it. He could feel it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that, man. That's great.
And again, is the other thing, because a lot of our lyrics are in a way political, not in the sense of like necessarily like right or left, but and more at this moment, the fact of being a Spanish speaking or a Spanish singing band in this political environment, let's say, the decision of us to keep continuing doing it that way. And the lyrics that we have, a lot of the lyrics that Julio writes are about his own experience as being an immigrant in the U.S., the experience of the people that we know, that we love, about their hardships, And I think some people, again, it's sort of like that complicity that you create with some people that are able to understand that, and they perceive it.
That's great.
That's great. Yeah.
Hecky. Shows coming up. What
Well,
do you have
live
lined
music,
up for the next weeks, months? What's your schedule looking like?
I mean, speaking of exactly that thing we were just talking about, it's an interesting juxtaposition to put us where we're going to be on Saturday.
Metro Cruise, 28th Street.
We're going to be on. We're playing for Metro Cruise.
We're on.
It's the main stage of it.
Yeah, they've got two stages for Metro Cruise. One stage is on the east, one's on the west, and we're going to be in the main stage right there at Rogers Plaza.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time?
11:30.
Playing 11:30. That's right, 11:30 on Saturday. Because we like to play shows, we're going to be playing Sunday night at
Street Pub.
The Fulton Street Pub.
Sometime after 7.
Cool.
Okay.
Nice.
We're playing with Big Timmy, I think.
Yeah.
We're playing with Big Timmy and the Heavy Chevys.
Sometime
Okay, yeah, I've seen them.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a good lineup. We did this for one of the festivals, the fairs in Three Rivers. We did this for the Three Rivers Music Festival. Big Timmy and the Heavy Chevys in Cabildo, and it was a good night.
Yeah, cool. Two bands with a lot of parts.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, right. Yeah, they're the ones that have to carry the Hammond B3 organ, though. We don't have to do that.
All right. So this weekend you got a couple shows. Anything else out in the future?
Yeah, we're playing in Albion, and we kind of call these our Cabildo outreach tour. For a lot of the reasons that we've been talking about. It's a lot of the places when they do these community music series haven't necessarily seen a lot of Latin bands. So when we go out and we do these community series in the summer, we love doing it because we get to meet new people and we love people. I love meeting people. But it's going to be at Albion. Swinging in the Shell is what they call their series, and we're really excited to be playing for Albion.
We're playing.
Yeah, you get to share your flavor that they might not be able to get to.
Well, then we're playing at the Deck in Muskegon on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Excited for that
little
one.
Little beach atmosphere. So.
Yeah.
Have you guys played there before?
With our other band Epsia, we have, and our good friend Ira, who does sound there, he actually just got into a motorcycle accident in the UP. So he may or may not be doing sound for us, but he's got a GoFundMe page going on. So if you have $5 to donate, you can take it. Like, motorcycle accidents suck.
Yeah,
we can talk about that for me.
That is a longer story. Yeah, we Dustin has a metal plate in his head.
No, in my arm and shoulders.
But look at his head.
In my head.
But look at your head.
My head is just big and strong.
Yeah, Dustin ran through a deer when we were on our way to a show. He was coming with on a motorcycle, and we were the rest of us were in a van headed to the show, and we kept on calling his line, and eventually a nurse picks up and says, "Your buddy's not going to make it to the show."
Oh no!
Wow.
So we canceled, of course, and we came back to the hospital. Is what we did that day.
Yeah,
and we don't we never like canceling, but that's what that calls for sure.
This was awesome conversation. I didn't have any expectations really, but I just felt like this was such a global conversation. We talked about all parts of the world and different types of music, and what your flavor for what you guys have, your flavor of Latin rock. I think it's so cool what you guys are doing. I just get to appreciate, whether I listen to that kind of music a lot or not, just the appreciation there. We could tell you guys love music, right? And that's what's here, and you're just here to share it. That's so cool, just commendable.
Thank you, and thank you for being the part of the equation that is hard for us to do when we want to focus on getting our music out there and performing music. Jeff, you and I talked about it last time we were chatting, and that is that y'all are doing such a fantastic job of telling people's stories. And so that's what's needed these days. We know that how the music industry has changed, and that if people don't hear your story, it doesn't matter what it is. So I really appreciate the fact that y'all are telling people's stories with the Mitten music. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Yeah, and to echo Ryan's comments about, you guys got this diverse group of people and musicians, so you all have different parts and play a different part, and that's the cool thing. I always think about a bigger band, but you guys all have these different instruments you're playing. You have different backgrounds, which makes it unique, and also just shows the world we all can get along. So that's find that group of people, but it doesn't matter where your backgrounds are. You can come together and music is a great way for people to rally around together. So
100%. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate the time.
Yep.
Appreciate you guys getting all together. And people need to check out. You want to say it, Ryan? I want to see you.
Cabildo. Wait, no, wait, that's not right. Cabildo. Cabildo. Cabildo.
Yeah,
Cabildo.
that's it. That's right.
A cabildo.
Cabildo.
Something like that. Cabildo.
Right. A gathering.
Yes,
And,
for sure.
thanks for gathering tonight, you guys.
All right. Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
All right.
If you like this episode, check out all of our episodes on your favorite streaming platform.
Or even our website, themittenmusic.com.
Or if you want short clips of our episodes, check out our socials.
We got Facebook,
We have Instagram
we got TikTok.
and YouTube.
We're all over the social media game.
Make sure to check out some live Michigan music or listen on your favorite streaming platform.